boys and girls. I'm back as promised with our Worms Wagon book, our letter W book. Okay, this is Worms Wagon by Samantha Berger, illustrated by Matt Phillips. When I say illustrated by, that is who drew the pictures for the book. Okay, one day Worm went to the woods to gather walnuts. Trying to see if I can get a good. He brought his wagon with him. On his way home, Worm saw Woodpecker whistling in a weeping willow. Woodpecker asked Worm for a ride. Look, he's got a wagon full of walnuts. Here's Woodpecker. The tree is the weeping willow. So we have wagon, walnut, worm, woodpecker, and weeping willow all start with W. Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker in his wagon. Soon they came upon Weasel eating watermelon. Weasel asked Worm for a ride. We have Weasel and watermelon. Woof, woof. Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker and Weasel in his wagon. Before long, they bumped into Wombat wearing her new wig. Wombat asked Worm for a ride. Wombat, wig. Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker, Weasel, and Wombat in his wagon. Next, they met Wolf on his way to work. Wolf asked Worm for a ride. Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker, Weasel, Wombat, and Wolf in his wagon. Soon they saw Walrus winking and waving. Walrus asked Worm for a ride. Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker, Weasel, Wombat, Wolf, and Walrus in his wagon. Up ahead, they saw Whale playing in the water. Whale asked Worm for a ride. So now we're going to add whale and water. More W words. Worm wiggled with all his might, trying to pull Woodpecker, Weasel, Wombat, Wolf, Walrus, and Whale in the wagon. But the wagon would not move. The wheels started to wobble. Wham! The weight was too much for the wagon. It crashed to the ground. Oh no, my wagon! Worm wailed. Oh, his wagon broke. Don't worry, Worm, the animals said. Worm's friends worked on the wagon all afternoon. When the wagon was fixed, Worm wiggled into it. Then Wombat, Weasel, Wolf, Woodpecker, Walrus, and Whale pulled Worm all the way home. And weary Worm had a wonderful ride. That was nice of them, wasn't it? To give him a ride after they had broke his wagon. All right, we are going to look at this picture now and see what W words we can find. So we want words that start with w, w, okay? Going to hold it up there so you can see it. What do you see? There's the wagon. There's worm, woodpecker, quail, water. What does wolf have? Whistle, wolf, walnuts. Do you see anything else? Curtains and around the window and the fence are white. You see anything else? Let's see if we found all of them that they found. Worm. Oh, this is a wall. Wall starts with W. We missed that one. Worm, wall, wagon, wheels, window. We didn't do very good. Window, walnuts, wolf. Oh, look, wolf is wearing a watch. We missed the watch too. Maybe some of you found these and I just didn't hear you. Whistle, woodpecker, whale, water. And that's it. So I missed a few at least. Maybe you found more of them. All right, it is time for our W cheer. W is for worm and a wagon to pull. W is for wig, whale, wave, and wool. W is for watermelon, juicy and sweet. W is for walnuts, waffles, and wheat. Hooray for W, big and small, the wildest, wackiest letter of all. So we have a wacky Wednesday. We have a wonderful Wednesday. Those all start with W. W is a fun letter. Yes, it is. All right. I will be back tomorrow with our class video, our school lessons. Um, so you need to, if you haven't already watched today's, you need to do that. And I love you, and I will talk with you later. Bye bye.